This is the tornado moving through downtown Tuscaloosa. Very active next 48 hours. From now, we're just seeing a few thunderstorms around the area, but then we're going to see.
Yes, it's cloudy. We are not going to be dealing with rain, but the temperatures feel so nice, not even cold. I mean, seeing people in short sleeves out here this morning. Temperatures right now in Auburn in the low 60s, so it's a very mild, gorgeous Iron Bowl. The last 2 years in a row, it's been Arctic. But we got about a little over a half an inch of accumulation of that on this vehicle that's been out here all afternoon and into the evening hours. So
basically right along I-20 where we're seeing several supercells that are tornadic right now.
These two bathrooms are all that's left of the entire firehouse that kept these folks alive.
And that's because a lot of water is falling, and it's very dangerous when we have flash flood warnings. So make sure if you see water over roadways, it's rushing. Do not go over them. As we get closer to Wednesday, now moderate risk comes to Birmingham and north. Sorry, here you go. This is Centerville. This is what we're watching just to the south and east of West Blockton. So Calera, you're going to be in the line of this storm. Also Pelham. I-65 right here. Stay off the roadways here. Shelby County, I-65 south of Pelham, north of Calera. This storm is moving in your direction. Mark, do you think we could zoom in on that real quick while we wait for more video from Al? Here, yep. Yeah, there we go, right here. And this is very dangerous. Large tornado on the ground being reported with this. Moving right over into Shelby County, just to the south of Jefferson County along I-65. Please call anybody that is on the roadways there that you know to get off the roads. We've watched it all afternoon and evening long, just how dangerous these storms are, even when they do not drop a tornado, but most of them have throughout the afternoon and evening here. Well, yeah, let's tilt that up so we can look at it. Pelham, Vincent, you're going to be in the line of the storms as well. Birmingham, it's going to stay to the south of you, and I know that's something you're glad to hear after what we just dealt with here. Again, video. This is the tornado moving through downtown Tuscaloosa that we caught live on the air. Just debris all the way around this. You can see power surges all the way around as they start to just blow up there. Good news now. Let's go down to the good news. We are clearing with storms and also flooding. 5 are confirmed dead at this point in Arkansas from these storms. This is a very serious situation now moving to the east, but we're going to have more building off back into Texas and also Arkansas and into Tennessee once again as we head into the afternoon. For us, if we zoom in on the southeast, you can see a line breaking up that moved through the northern portions of Mississippi earlier. It broke up, now just good old-fashioned thunderstorms and rain, more so in the northern part of the state. There's another line back here. This is going to continue to push to the east, but again, no severe thunderstorms associated with this. Now, we are under a slight risk for severe weather. This is the map. You can see the outer lining, the lighter orange is a slight risk. The darker orange and then red is also moderate risk, and that's where we are. Little Rock is right there in the middle of that as we head into Tuesday. Now, this is Wednesday. As we get closer to Wednesday, now moderate risk comes to Birmingham and north part of the state. So that's what we're watching at for Wednesday, and that's going to be the main show for us. And here's timing with TitanCast here. As you can see, this is what we're dealing with as of 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Then we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms start to build Tuesday evening. More of damaging winds and hail with this one, but still severe. So make sure you have your severe plan in place. Then Wednesday, starting as early as the morning hours and then going through the rest of the day, we're going to see a potential for supercell development ahead of a line that will eventually merge into a squall line with damaging winds and also the threat of tornadoes for Wednesday. So that's our main concern, and also that heavy rainfall. So make sure you're tuning in to CBS 42. We'll keep you up to date on all the information. 83 degrees on Wednesday. Temperatures will drop drastically as we head into Thursday. That's after that cold front pushes through, so much cooler. 73 degrees on Thursday, then Friday 78, and the weekend's going to be beautiful for the crawfish boil. Temperatures in the upper 70s, lower 80s.
It's more slushy. We had the sleet out here. It was coming down. Now a completely different scenario. We're not seeing any precipitation falling right now, but I am standing on what I was standing on last night, the sleet, but it is got that, it's slippery. Last night I couldn't slide around, but right now I can slide around because there is that sheet of ice right over the top of it. So that's a concern on the roadways, on the parking lots, anywhere, even if you're going to be out walking on the sidewalk, you've got to be very careful because you come out here, you see the sleet that has accumulated and you're like, okay, I can walk on this, and then there you go, you slip because of that ice accumulating on top of it. And looks like glass, so you can't even recognize the fact that it is that sheet of ice. Now I want to point out behind me that tree right under the light. I think that's fascinating because of just how much ice is accumulated on those trees. I mean, it's really pretty to look at, but it's very dangerous when we start to see some of this rain fall and then it freezes on these very cold tree limbs, power lines. This is going to be a problem as we continue to see some of this precipitation fall. It's already accumulating on these trees, and then it gets heavy, and then we could see some of these tree limbs fall and power outages as that continues. But right now, one of the other places, I have to walk very carefully so I don't fall on live television, but another area is your car. And last night, I actually looked at the same exact vehicle, and I had scraped away with the scraper an area to see how much of a layer of ice was on the truck, and it is completely cleared up. This is just a recent scrape that I made, so a whole nother layer of ice, very thick layer of ice on these cars. On top of it, also the sleet pellets that kind of accumulated there. We got about a little over a half an inch of accumulation of that on this vehicle that's been out here all afternoon and into the evening hours. So basically, Mark, what we're dealing with here is the fact it is going to be an icy mess out here, especially with the temperatures still below freezing. So this is a good day to just call it a snow day, stay in, watch the movies, hang out with your family, enjoy an extended weekend, because you don't want to get out on these roadways because it's going to be very slippery and it's not going to get better for at least the next day or into Tuesday as well.
There's some good stories out of this, and when I was in Bibb County, I got one of these good stories. There's a firehouse on Highway 82 in Yolen, and it's been a rock in the community for years, but unfortunately, it was a casualty of the tornado, but it didn't go down without a fight. Take a look.
Over the years, I've been through a lot of stuff and been in a lot of wrecks and fires, and thought I'd seen a lot then, but until you ride something like this out, you ain't been through nothing.
Gary Hobson is a member of the Yolen Volunteer Fire Department.
The past couple of years, I ain't been able to do much for them on account of my injuries and lost a leg and all, but I do as much as I can for them. I try to piddle a little something every once in a while.
He spent years running away from this building to save lives, but on April 27th, he ran to the only place he felt his family was safe.
We was all hemmed up in that little bathroom there, and one or two of us in the hallway, and it was more like a stick of dynamite went off. And
I thought I was fixing to be sucked out because I felt a lot of suction on my back and hip. But that little wall that I was against is what held me in place.
The battered wall was the only protection from the swirling monster. The fire station took the tornado's best shot, but ultimately lost the battle.
I watched the building next to us first coming apart, and when this roof come off, all I know then, I was just ducking.
These two bathrooms are all that's left of the entire firehouse that kept these folks alive. But the survivors here say it's no coincidence that the church right next door is still left untouched.
God just, he worked miracles, I tell you, because we always praying that we just wouldn't fly out, that God save us, and he saved all of us.
Highlights of the good times Kalee and I had at City Fest.